All right, Brave Nation. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in a lightweight bout. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 2 losses. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 70.5 kilograms. Fighting out of All Stars Training Center, Sweden, by way of Afghanistan. Give it up for Arman Monster popal. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 14 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 70.8 kilograms. Fighting out of Ahmed Fight Club out of Grozny, Russia. Give it up for Ahmed shaniev.
Years the junior, but when you have that X factor of that concussive one-punch knockout power, Arman Monster Popal is dangerous in every phase of a mixed martial arts contest.
Let the wild rumpus begin.
Did you really just say the word rumpus? Fantastic, Carrick. Never change. Here we go right into the fight. You can see Arman Popal in that southpaw stance, just trying to stay light on the feet, spring in and out. Maybe trying to set up a big straight left right down the pipe, coming at that awkward angle.
Phil, I'm liking Shaniev's in and out movement. He's playing with the distance between the two of them, throwing his opponent off just slightly. He's never going to be where he was a split second ago.
Nice 1-2 reply by Shaniev. And at the moment, there's a real palpable kind of tension in this fight. Momentarily, Popal thought about throwing the big lead overhand there, predicated off the catching of the kick. Both men look calm, both men look dangerous. Coiled springs, the pair of them in there, Carrick.
I'm watching with bated breath. There could be a knockout at any moment here.
That was a nice catch and reply from Shaniev. Caught the kick, replied with a beautiful right straight down the pipe. Good distance management there by Shaniev, just slipping outside of the range of those shots coming in from Popal. Oh, big head kick. Popal just eats it and ready to come back. And you can see a little bit of marking up on the shin of Shaniev. Big overhand from Popal. That's a real trademark of his fighting style. Coming in, jabbing to the body, coming in heavy with an overhand left. Right now, standing orthodox, showing that he can mix it up. Trying to catch with that overhand, and he swings everything. If he was a baseball player, he would be throwing fastballs. Absolutely throws everything he has into his punches. And he really is that type of fighter, Carrick, that's happy to eat a shot to land one of his own.
That's what I was alluding to earlier when I said he was crazy. When you do that in boxing, it's not quite as crazy as the gloves are so tiny. In this sport, it's crazy, and he is willing to go.
Shaniev trying to counter with that lead left hook coming off the shots from Popal. He's been very close with it a couple of times. Shaniev seems to be leading ever so slightly with the footwork. Shaniev so far, for my money, doing a better job of finding those little gaps, getting those 4-ounce gloves through and stepping out again. But again, Popal being that type of fighter, as we know, just needs one little gap. Oh, that's a beautiful counter hook from Shaniev. Oh, uppercut to hook, but Popal throwing right back with aggression. Oh, that lands flush, but Popal just shakes his head and keeps moving.
As we watch this fight
and
unfold,
again.
Bill, they're getting reads on each other. The hands are going to start landing more and more often. These two are getting reads on what will land, not on what defense works. You're not going to see a huge increase in their ability to defend. You're going to see a huge increase in their ability to land shots. That's what both of them is trying to understand about the other. How can I land that hand or foot? And they are discovering it.
Nice mixture of strikes there from Shaniev. The hands to the feet, showing just how much his striking has developed. We of course seen just how good his wrestling was against Antonio Carlos Ribeiro at Brave 18, November 16 in Bahrain, which he illustrated beautiful positional control. Now he's showing just how good he looks as a striker. Again, young fighters have that capacity to improve every time you see them, and only 24 years old, Shaniev is essentially a mixed martial arts sponge.
Phil, a lot of fighters are out there trying to get reads on how not to get hurt. These two don't care. They're trying to get reads on how to hurt their opponent, and they are getting them.
That lead counter hook from Shaniev is paying dividends because he seems to throw it, just has the timing on it, but Arman Popal, interestingly,
fingers are together,
is in for the takedown. The man largely lauded as the knockout artist is the one initiating the clinch, trying to get the takedown, and that's bound to be great for the confidence of Shaniev.
Very smart in the separation. They both throw shots too. When fighters separate and do nothing, it sometimes indicates that their hearts aren't into it. These two fighters want to knock the other person out.
Saber getting us underway in the second round here at Brave Combat Federation 43, live from Combat Kingdom Bahrain. Let us know what you think using the hashtag BraveCF43. Join the conversation.
Phil, expect, bet on big shots landing soon. They both fighters have taken the measure of the other one. They know how to get the shots landing, and they're going to do it.
This is a firefight, Kirik. Arman Popal's come out and he wants to try and turn this fight into a dirty, messy back and forth. Oh, he landed a beautiful shot there, momentarily took out the equilibrium of Arman Popal.
He's going to turn it up. He's going to try and put some pressure on. Headshot's clear after 5 to 10 seconds. You have a brief little window to take your man out. That window is now passed. Back to setting the shots up.
He may feel like he has Popal hurt. He just needs to land again that counter hook over the top. I really am impressed by the developments Shaniev has made in his striking and his boxing game, showing that the Ahmed guys are not just savvy grapplers, not just savvy wrestlers, but they can do it all.
Ahmed Fight Club fighters are not just tough, they're not just conditioned, they're not just strikers and wrestlers, they are expert in all aspects of mixed martial arts. And I'd be remiss not to say the same thing is true from All Stars MMA.
As you said, in the VT, two of the best teams in not just European mixed martial arts, but world mixed martial arts, throwing down right now for international bragging rights. Shaniev, very, very technical, mixing it up with shots to the body, shots to the head, constantly keeping Arman Popal guessing, but as we've seen before, Popal does have the ability to turn a fight with one shot, and again, Shaniev landing.
Phil, we've seen the single shots landing now repeatedly. The same way in the first round, these two fighters got the range of the other and learned how to land those shots. They're now going to use the single shots to set up more shots. We're going to start seeing combinations land. And when combinations land in quick succession, that's when you get a knockout.
Shaniev using that cardio, as we said, has the unique ability to set the pace of a fight, and right now seems to be turning it up in increments. Can Arman Popal keep up, or will he wilt under the pressure? That's the question being asked of him right now. Beautiful shot. He hit him with a good shot. That wasn't an eye poke. That was the... Oh, beautiful work.
I believe that is it.
Beautiful work from Ahmed. Shaniev gets the finish. And I, initially, just looking at it, Carrick, it looked like the knuckle of the glove landed clean in the eye of Arman Popal. Personally, initially, I don't think it was an eye poke. I think it was a clean shot. I'll need to see a replay just to confirm that, but the follow-up shots...
Here's the replay, Phil.
There we have it. Here we see the shot coming in. Leg kick. Boom. Yes, it was a closed fist. Landed right on the eye. Potentially, you could be looking at a broken orbital there. Something akin
Phil,
to that,
that's
Carrick.
exactly what I was going to say. I am not a doctor. I haven't seen the x-rays.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible war inside the Brave 43 cage. This one comes to an end with your winner by TKO due to strikes at 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the second round. From Ahmed Fight Club, Ahmed shaniev.
There you have it, made official by the Roaring Lion himself.
Brave Nation, this next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 1 loss. He stands 173 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.7 kilograms. Representing K-Dojo Warrior Tribe, USA, by way of Russia, please welcome Alexander, AK-47, Kashtov. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 3 losses. He stands 174 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.3 kilograms. Fighting out of Bars MMA, Elista, Russia, by way of the Republic of Kalmykia. Please welcome Bahrain Leopard Steppen. Your referee is the Irish bulldozer, Jackie Larkin.
8 years old. Everything else is virtually identical. Here we go.
Steppen stalking, feinting, ate a calf kick for his trouble.
Bahrain Steppen taking the center of the Brave Arena. Second huge leg kick from Kashtov. Perhaps trying to take out that lead leg of Steppen nice and early. Fun little fact about Bahrain Steppen. In the beginning of his career, his manager Joel lied and said he was a national wrestling champion, a national grappling champion, just to get him fights.
That side stance that he's employing, that somewhat karate-influenced side stance, does, of course, leave that calf vulnerable to being kicked. Kashtov is taking full advantage of that stance disparity right now.
Both these men only have losses via decision, have never been stopped, illustrating just how durable they are.
Brave Nation, that calf kick hurts so much, a foot alone can do it, so would that spinning kick have.
There's those dynamic kicks and dynamic attacks we were talking about, Carrick, and once again for posterity lands another big outside leg kick to Bahrain Steppen. Taking a leaf out of the book of Bahrain Steppen with the spinning back kick to the body. Woo! So much snap on that kick. Very much a case of anything you can do, I can do. So evenly matched are these two combatants, Carrick, that you just feel at any moment if one of them pulls the trigger clean, it's game over.
Bahire's speed is a little bit otherworldly.
Oh, a beautiful fake of the takedown to come up top.
I think it wasn't even a fake. I think it was intentional, and when that moment disappeared, followed right through with that shot.
In that case, fantastic presence of mind to modify it into a shot coming up top. Alexander Kashtov, a pro since March 2009. You can see that experience and that calmness in the way he's fighting. Isn't flinching on anything, just has his eyes locked on his opponent the entire time. Those kicks really starting to add up, and
Absolutely, Phil. If you want to try to damage the thigh, you need to use your shin, but that calf can impact with the foot alone. If you kick somebody with your foot on the thigh, you get a sore ankle. Hit them in the calf, they can get an ankle that no longer functions.
Spinning back fist into a body kick from Keshtov, showing his creativity and diversity with his striking repertoire. Nice little pop back from Bayer when Keshtov went to the body.
Bayer's got the greater speed, most damage so far from AK-47.
Both men attempting a little bit of a spin there. First shot of the fight initiated by Keshtov. Right now just wearing on Bayer Steppen. That's a fantastic takedown. Uses the cage to bump him off. Steppen doing everything right here to try and get up. Framing with his hand, getting up. Keshtov keeping those arms locked around the waist. May look to kick the legs out from underneath. A little bit of a drag takedown perhaps coming here. As you say, Carrick, the aspect of the fight that you appreciate so much, the grind here being illustrated so well by Keshtov.
And the grind has to include pressure like you're seeing here, intense pressure on the hips and some strikes as well. If it's the hip pressure at all, it will be discounted by the judges. When you get it mixed with those knees, with the shot we saw earlier, very, very effective strategy. Bayer Steppen is, in my opinion, the quicker fighter, but those shots to the legs do slow a fighter down. Oh, nice heavy whizzer. No reversal of fortunes yet.
Well, as you say, Carrick, with Bayer being the quicker fighter, then it's within the best interest of Keshtov to close the distance and almost like a GSP type game plan. Get him engaged in those grappling exchanges, get the blood flowing to the muscles, get the lactic acid building up and therefore slowing him down.
100%. The game plan right now from AK-47, in addition, of course, to winning, to landing more shots, to getting more takedowns, is to try to wear his opponent out, take that little speed edge away with him, and then he thinks those spin kicks, the spinning strikes, the nice clean shots followed up by the hook can take this fight for him.
And this could be exactly what Keshtov has been wanting to do, get a hold of his opponent, make him a little bit tired, make him a little bit slower leading into the second round, and you may see Keshtov turn it up leading into the second round. If that's what he's doing, it's very, very intelligent.
Mixing it up constantly with some shots. Look at that double hand embrace. That is showing trust because his opponent at that point was fully allowed to try and knock him out.
Stepping and opening up with a couple of kicks. It's a good kick to the body, and again that beautiful rapid fire attacks from AK-47. I think the corner of Bayer Steppen told him that he potentially lost that round and needs to do something a little bit more definitive.
Bayer's footwork is improving a little bit now. Oh, but he got caught. Got caught in the way out. Doesn't hurt nearly as bad as on the way in or if you're just set down on it.
Big shot over the top from Keshtov.
Phil, AK-47 is feeling confident. I'm not sure I'm seeing exactly what he is, but he sees a fight that he can simply stand almost straight in front of his opponent and win.
Very much like an AK-47 as opposed to a bazooka. It's not just that one big bomb he's trying to land. It's bra-ta-ta-ta-ta. It's frequency. It's quality of attack. And oh, nice defense being shown by Steppen, but Keshtov follows him to the cage with relentless pressure.
This is part of the grappling game that we see out of all the fighters from K-Dojo Warrior Tribe. It's never just a single shot, and when it's thwarted, they're done. They go back to trying to strike or try something else. It's a double, into a single, into a high crotch, into pummeling, back down to the ground, to the back. It's a relentless, relentless wrestling attack, and it's extremely effective.
Bayir steppen doing a great job of now transitioning and reversing the position. Keshtov looking to disengage. May land a big knee to the body. There it is. Takedown from Steppen. Right in front of us here in our broadcast position.
That is the risk reward that is at the center of mixed martial arts. If you do something that can end a fight, it can leave you in position to have the fight ended, not in your favor.
And now,
nice separation.
Be interesting to see if Keshtov continues to chew up the lead leg of Bayir steppen or if he works to the body. But that's the thing with Keshtov, you don't know where those attacks are coming from. He is that good. He can attack the head, attack the body, attack the lower limbs. Steppen still occupying the center of the Brave arena. It's as if he's trying to land. Oh, both men engage in heavy, heavy shots.
Phil, I have to take this moment to give a shout out to our boss, the Hawk, Mohammed Shahid, and Gustavo Firmino. This is matchmaking at its finest.
Two incredibly evenly matched combatants. Keshtov trying to find that opening, Steppen firing back, hunting the chin of Keshtov. But as we know, when you go hunting for that one big shot, it's so much harder to find. Keshtov once again in the clinch, great head positioning, just trying to scoop that leg out from underneath Bayir steppen. Steppen with the whizzer, uses it expertly to stay on his feet.
Was not able to reverse the position, however. That would have been the icing on the cake. At that point, he could have framed, separated, and gone back to where he wants to be, which I believe is striking from the outside, taking advantage of that leopard-like striking ability.
A takedown now in the final, coming up to the final minute of the second round would be absolutely huge. Keshtov really digging in and trying to force that wrestling game upon Bayir steppen, but again, as you say, leopard-like reflexes, keeping the fight standing.
Decky Larkin separates him. Very good call, I'd say.
Gives Keshtov a little bit of a warning for grabbing onto the fence.
Bayir just a little bit upset.
Oh, was that a little bit of a clash of the heads there just as they came together? Steppen now on top, landing shots.
I believe, Phil, it was a head to a cheekbone, and in that case, the cheekbone usually loses. AK-47 on his back, has a foot in the hip. He's going to try to make some room and scramble up, but he's going to get his back taken.
Keshtov trying to roll. Bayir steppen rides it out beautifully. May try and take the back here, but with 10 seconds left, he seems happy just to land big shots. Can now land a knee should he choose, but takes Keshtov right back down. Show of respect from both men to get things underway. And again, because it's such an evenly contested bout, Kirt, you may see both men turning up because they know they need to do something definitive in the third round or perhaps get the finish in order to be proclaimed the victor.
I think Bayir may try straight shots up to the head and then may try and pivot out to the side, try a looping shot down to the body. That was it right there.
Oh, big shot over the top. That was beautiful. Go to the body, bring the attention down and come over the top with a big shot.
Oh, there it was again. Got close.
Swing and a miss, and then again. Always a big leg kick loaded on the chamber does Keshtov. Bayir trying to land that big right hand down the middle. Takedown from Steppen, scored beautifully.
Can he hold him? This is a huge moment in this fight.
Right.
If Bayer Steppen can stay on top of him and hold him down.
Right in front of our broadcast position, but Keshtov working methodically to his feet. Steppen with big knees here, working methodically.
Brave Nation, it goes elbow, knee, hand, foot. We're at that 3 out of 4 stages. Pretty soon, if possible, we're going to see AK-47 go to that foot. Then he's going to try to keep his body tight up against that fence so he doesn't get his back taken. That back is now taken.
Tried to hit the switch, but again, Bayer Steppen. Vice-like grip around the waist.
Beautiful little takedown from the Leopard. Quick, short little knee to the calf.
Right now, a little bit of a change in fortune as it's Bayer Steppen imposing his offensive wrestling upon Keshtov, who just took a little bit of a deep breath. But he's doing the right thing, as you say. He's getting up in stages. He's getting to an elbow from here. Expect him to post on the hand. There it is.
This is the problem. When you come up in mixed martial arts, you've got to keep the body jammed tight up against that fence, or you simply have the back taken, as we can see right here.
He attempted to roll there, but Bayer Steppen wise to it, giving Keshtov just enough space with which to roll. Not necessarily into an offensive position, but exactly where Steppen wanted him.
I'd love to see that little shin, that right there, into the back body lock pull. Very wise move from Keshtov. He actually dropped down to the knee to avoid being taken to the back. That's a new one. I have not seen a knee to the calf from this position. I have never seen that in mixed martial arts before. That was super cool.
Keshtov still trying to offensively land strikes of his own, trying to get the hand in between the legs of Steppen to hit the switch, but wonderful awareness by Steppen just to grab that ankle and pop it out from Keshtov. That's a big shot.
Phil Bayer has now found a winning strategy in this fight. First round I did not see going his way, but it was incredibly close. He is now pulled ahead by implementing a wrestling, even though it's not what he loves to do, by implementing a wrestling heavy strategy. He's on that back, not letting go. He needs to do a few more of those big shots just to remind the judges he's in this all the way.
Very, very smartly, as soon as he feels Keshtov getting up on the feet, he either scoops or just kicks them out from underneath Keshtov, keeping him exactly where he wants him. Those are
nasty knees to the gluteus.
Just wonderful frequency, doing everything he can, landing debilitating strikes, not giving referee Dickie Larkin any reason to stand them up. And with a minute left in this fight, the impetus really lies with Keshtov to do something offensive now.
It absolutely does. What he needs to do is exactly what he's done, but he wants to do it with that jammed up tight against the cage, try and strip the opponent's grip, or at least make it so the opponent struggles to adjust it. If he simply stands up in the open, it's going to be, as I said before, rinse and repeat.
Again,
looking for the switch.
But again, Steppen wise to it. Rolls.
Granby roll. Granby roll thwarted. Couple of crazy submissions are available from here.
And now Steppen just stepping it up. Big shots.
Knee shield in place.
With 10 seconds.
Oh, nice up kick, X kick.
10 seconds left. Steppen may choose to stand off, feeling that he's done enough. But as I say, that landing huge strikes, threatens with the shot. And what? Again, another fantastic fight.
Inside the Brave CF50 historic cage. After 3 rounds, we go the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 29-28 for unanimous decision victory for your winner. Out of the blue corner, Alexander, AK-47, Keshtov.
This next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in a catch weight bout of 59.5 kilograms. Introducing your first warrior, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 15 wins, 4 losses, and 2 no contests. He stands 162.5 centimeters tall and weighed in at 59.25 kilograms. Fighting out of Russia, presenting Oleg leco. And his opponent, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 15 wins and 7 losses. He stands 163 centimeters tall, weighing in at 59.5 kilograms. Fighting out of Russia, presenting Ali Puncher King Bagov. Your referee in charge is Rebin Lightsaber.
And Ali Bagotino.
Let's fight! Some of the fights tonight, I believe, could be over in seconds. I believe this one is going to be a little more strategic, but Ali Bagotino appears to be wanting to get off shots right off the bat. And there you saw it. Beautiful outside low kick.
And there's been, not necessarily any bad blood or anything like that, but they've been kind of taking little jabs at each other. When Bagotino was asked what he thinks of his opponent, he said, "I don't think much of my opponent, Oleg."
Took him down. Now, here's one of the huge questions in mixed martial arts. When you take a fighter down, do you want to put him up against the fence when he can use the fence to wall walk, or do you want to keep it in the center? Ali Bagotino clearly believes that he's better off jamming his opponent up against the fence, because when you do that, the guard is no longer effective. The guard's no longer good when you can't swivel your hips. That's the approach he's taking, as opposed to leaving it on the outside. But it does mean his opponent can rise up a little bit easier. Looks like we got the beginnings of a knee bar attempt. Looking for a heel hook. The elbow's not, the placement is not quite right yet for that heel hook to be effective.
So these are some heavy shots here from competition. Ali Bagotino.
The Puncher King is taking this, beautiful transition to the other side, and I have to say, those downward elbow strikes to the hip can hurt. It can slow down your ability to move when the fight, if the fight goes back up to standing.
And I mean, credit too, I'm sure. He is a puncher king. I mean, he definitely packs a lot of power for these lighter divisions. But he actually does have just as many submission victories as knockout victories. So, I mean, again, he can get it done in pretty much every facet of the game.
Lichko was trying to set up an arm lock. It was completely denied by the Puncher King.
And these are some hard strikes here from Bagotino on the ground. I mean, he doesn't necessarily throw the ground strikes with a whole lot of volume, but he definitely makes those shots count.
Brave Nation, the point with these elbow strikes is all about timing. You press the opponent's head. When you feel the opponent's head push back, then you let go. That's how you can get devastating power with an elbow without having to do a wind-up. It takes exquisite timing, and that's what we're seeing here. As an alternative, you can post back and start throwing bombs away.
Those were some hard shots. They definitely got Lichkovakov's attention. I mean, they really caused a big reaction from him.
Brave Nation, we are almost within reach of the fighters straight above us. We can hear the thudding of these fists.
Look at that top control. I mean, Bagotino is just merciless. Bit of a fence grab there, corrected by the seasoned Swedish MMA referee, Rebin Saber.
Looks like we're moving to a full mount.
And this is just such positional excellence for Bagotino. I mean, he really is completely neutralizing Lichkovakov's offense. And those are some hard shots to the body.
Brutal shots. Fighter has now turned his back.
I mean, that's the thing. They completely changed Lichkovakov's body language. He turned away from those strikes. I mean, that is a surefire tell. or been doing damage.
If I could communicate one single thing to the huge fans, the beloved fans here in Brave Nation, it's that sometimes shots that don't look that huge on television are in reality brutal. That's what those body shots were. Short and incredibly sharp. There was another one. These kind of fights can turn a fight around.
But look at this. Rich Kavaka turns the table on Bagov. Now it is he who has his opponent pressed up against the cage. Let's see if he can do as much damage in this position as Bagov did.
Puncher King has correctly turned his hips, he spread his legs wide apart so his opponent can't latch his fingers together around the lower thigh. That's what the opponent wants to do. You want to get in on the hips, reach around the legs, and connect your hands together. But by splitting the stance, it makes it very difficult to connect the hands. And while you're trying to connect the hands, elbows rain down.
Nicely done with Bagatino.
Bagatino is turning it up.
Oh, he's cranking it up now. You can hear the ferocity of these shots.
Brave Nation, when the top opponent is standing on his feet, you can kick up to the face. Kicks down to the face are not legal. Kicks up are. What you were seeing there were legal attempts, although they did not work.
Wow, this round has just zoomed past. I completely lost track of time, and we have less than 10 seconds left now, and this has been a beatdown.
Go to devastating effect. Take us through this replay.
I mean, look at that. That was just a perfectly timed takedown. And as soon as Bagotinov was on top, he was in his element. He scooted Lishkovaka over to the cage, and then he just completely put it on him. Heavy ground and pound, strikes, elbows, and just his control was truly something else as well. I mean, he completely neutralized Lishkovaka in so many instances, and the short period that he was actually put up. I mean, Lishkovaka has got to do something to get Bagov respect. I mean, the first round, it was all punching. So, I mean, he's got to make his way back into the fight. And look at that, right away. Bagov once again secures top position. And he looks to be going for a rear naked choke now. He has both hooks in.
From here, I am not seeing a fight that's going to last this round.
Not at this pace, for sure.
Excellent defense. Ruchkovaka. But Puncher King, despite that nickname, his grappling attack is inexorable. If you block him in one place, he's going to run into another. Attempted wall walk now from Oleg Ruchkovaka. Was successful with it, but unsuccessful. Fighter stayed on his back. Puncher King is now trying to break his core strength, trying to flatten him out where he no longer has leverage.
Look at the potential of Bagotino. As I said, he was successful in trying to bridge out of that. But Bagotino adjusted. And once again, this
Локтями поработай.
this is like a nightmare. To be on the bottom with somebody as good as Bagotino on top of you. I mean, he's just completely taking it to Oleg Ruchkovaka.
With Lishkovaka in this position, it's very hard for him to stand because he cannot stand and make distance. If he could, if he was out in the center cage, he could stand and make enough distance to circle out. Because if you stand against the cage, you're going to get punched in the face, and nobody wants to get punched in the face by Puncher King.
I mean, that's the thing. Instinctively, you think, oh, I want to get to the cage so that I can use it to wall walk. But it's not always the case. And Bagotino is not the only fighter to do that. But you do see several fighters, especially when using the Dagestani style of wrestling, and want to use the cage to their advantage. They want to press their opponent up against it, limit their mobility, and then once they're hooked on the legs, just unload the strikes.
Exactly. Their smothering power is such that where if the fighter on bottom was fighting any other caliber of fighter, they could use that wall to get back up to standing. But these fighters from Dagestan have a form of wrestling that is better right now. I've talked to some of their coaches. The coaches tell me, in time, everybody's going to learn this, but right now, we got a little advantage. You're seeing it right in front of you. And we're also perhaps seeing a sufficient set of attempts.
Yeah, I mean, Bagotino has corrected with that a couple times. It doesn't seem like he has committed to it 100%, but he's showing his opponent the dangers. You can't just scramble too quickly with me because I will grab your neck.
one of the brilliant things he does is he does not overcommit. The reason he's allowed to do that is because his skill set is so broad. If he's trying one thing and it doesn't work, he just switches. If he's into a single, he switches to a double. If the submission attempt isn't working, lets the head pop out, pushing back, spins to the back, looks for a rear naked. He's not committing to anything, and as a consequence, up until now, he has stayed in charge.
Look at
Time is turning.
Lichkovaka slipped. He's got both hooks in, and he's going for a rear naked choke. I mean, out of all of Lichkovaka's submissions, the rear naked choke is the one that he has succeeded with the most. He has 3 wins by a rear naked choke. He could make it 4.
About 80 seconds left in this fight. That's plenty long enough to sink a rear naked choke. If you can do it against the fighter at this level. I gotta love it. Oleg Bagatinov, Puncher King, is punching back from inside back mount.
I mean, he truly is a puncher king. Who else would be? Especially at this weight. And he seems pretty unfazed also by this position. I mean, he seems pretty solid. He's slowly, methodically working. And look at that. Spins out of position and once again winds up on top.
Here's the Suns, the payback.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I was hand flapping in the corner now.
We're down to 30 seconds. Huge respect to Oleg Lichkovaka for turning that fight around briefly.
Oh, look at those elbows. This is just gruesome ground and pound. I mean, it says something about the heart of Lichkovaka. I mean, being able to withstand this level of punishment, it's insane.
Bagatinov could be going crazy with his hands, trying to get the referee to stop it, but he's a brilliantly methodical fighter. Round ends without a stoppage. Bagatinov helps his opponent to his feet, taps his shoulders. That's a sign of sportsmanship. It's also some good gamesmanship. It's telling him in a very kind way, I'm better than you.
Absolutely, and he's been proving it so far. I mean, anybody who thought that Bagatinov was past his prime or over the hill, just watch this fight, because Lichkovaka is no joke. He's a solid fighter with a good record and some impressive wins. And just look at it, it's been completely one-sided. Or aside from that one takedown in the second round where Lichkovaka, I mean, it was clearly the best moment of the fight for him.
And he did manage to transition from that double leg right into back mount. Unfortunately, he was not able to capitalize on it. I gotta love it. This is you know, I'm not sure I've ever seen this. These two are boxing from back mount, back and forth and back and forth.
All right, third and final round ready to commence. I did not think we would get here based on the pace and the tempo of that first round, but look, here we are. Nice show of respect, but Lichkovaka is clearly wearing the story of the fight on his face much more than Bagatinov, who looks like he's just entering the first round. Whereas Lichkovaka, he looks a little bit worse for wear. I mean, he's wearing that fight.
It's going to be interesting to see if Bagatinov continues to methodically chop his opponent apart, or if he chooses to turn it up a notch. Thus far, been methodical. He's doing exactly what worked for him before. And when you do that, you take a risk of getting a big shot like that. You become predictable.
Look at the way, I mean, speaking of predictable, wow, did he see that takedown coming? Look at that ground and pound. I mean, there's levels to this game. Bagatinov is definitely levels over many other fighters.
Bagatinov's hips are absolutely unbelievable. The ability of those hips to stifle a takedown attempt are phenomenal. And
oh! Look at that! Slam, bam, thank you, man. Bagatinov pushed Lichkovaka to the ground with force.
Those hips can stop a takedown, and if you sink underneath your opponent's center of gravity, those hips can effect a takedown. That was absolutely the takedown of the night. Fantastic suplex.
Just great technique. I mean, really everything that Bagatinov has been throwing, or has been showing us tonight, has been just such high level, both striking and grappling. But I mean, he really is shining with his grappling. I mean, the suplex is one thing, but just his overall control I mean, it's not necessarily one standout moment for transition or submission attempt. It's just his overall control. He's just not giving this Rocker any room to work or just even try to turn things around. He's just so dominant.
You're literally seeing Ali Puncher King, Bagatinov, having a day at the office. This is his day at the office. He is an incredible fighter. He has never panicked. He stayed calm. To look at his face, I think he's having a good time.
Absolutely. I mean, you see his calmness. Anybody's son.
Guillotine attempt. Hands are not together. It was denied. Again, huge respect to Oleg Lichkovaka. He is hanging tough here, and he shows he can turn things around if he gets the opportunity. And is he going to get the opportunity to get off his feet in the next 2 minutes and 22 seconds?
I mean, if these 2 rounds have been any indication, chances are not really. I think this might very well be how the fight ends. With Bagatinov on top, just unloading a very game, but outmatched Lichkovaka.
Rarely see a fighter this comfortable. Not trying to hurry a submission, not trying to make sure his position is perfect, not trying to bring it up to standing so he can knock him out. He's just grinding his opponent down flat. As I said, this is my favorite style of mixed martial arts, and there's no question as to who is the better man tonight.
I mean, it's been the Puncher King Express so far.
You're seeing him grinding top pressure, stuffing the opponent's head down towards the knees where the breathing becomes compromised.
He's constantly working. I mean, he's throwing some kind of strike to me or something like that. Just very, very regularly. I mean, he's always giving his opponent something to think about.
We sometimes see wrestlers that prefer to wrestle and they throw just enough shots from on top in order to stay there. That's not what we're seeing here. These shots hurt. We're seeing a fighter slowly being beaten up by a better fighter.
Definitely. But once again, credit to Lichkovaka because lesser fighters would not have made it this far.
Absolutely. It takes a huge man to be able to endure this. And as he has tried to a couple of times, to put him in position to potentially turn it around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Choke attempt is in. A little bit of a bulldog choke. Did not work. Those rarely do. Kind of cool to see one though.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen one.
Getting a little bit of a exotic tour, a little safari for some exotic submissions tonight.
I mean, flyweights beware. After seeing this performance, I mean, just wow. Okay, that was a bit of a strange
round ended.
But yeah, it is over. It did actually go the distance despite what both of us thought. And look at this fantastic display of sportsmanship here between these 2 fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Your first judge scores the bout 30-26. Your second judge scores the bout 30-26. And your third judge scores the bout 30-25. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Ali